PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code Cajun, all caps, C-A-J-U-N, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. And as you can tell from the thumbnail, today's video is essentially just me showing you kind of a few of the reasons why I sell on PWCC. I am about to share with you, I sold 35 cards in PWCC Weekly Auction number 113. I'm trying to remember, I think all of them are Jordan cards. Don't panic. I'm not getting out of Jordan card collecting. That is my passion. That is what I do. And you guys know Cajun Eternity is kind of my one of my mottos, and all paths lead to Jordan is sort of the direction that I follow in the hobby. But I'm about to screen share with you. These are duplicates and or lower grades. Like a lot of you guys have watched my Instagram and my channel over the years, and you know I've had 10s and 8s, and I've always had that theory that one day I'll sell the 10s and I'll keep the 8s. That way it doesn't hurt so bad. And I think Shakespeare said parting is such sweet sorrow, and I thought maybe keeping the 8s and selling the 10s at one day in the completely not even definable future would kind of make it easier to part with the cards. But I've started to second guess myself and started to kind of deviate from that path. And so I guess collecting the cards in the highest grades is sort of my prime directive, my primary passion. And so I decided to start moving some of the PSA 8 copies I have. And some of these are really big cards. I mean, some of these are really good tier 2, tier 3 MJ inserts. We're going to look at a bunch of those inserts today. I'm not going to look at all 35, but I didn't skip any. I'm going to take you through I'm guessing maybe the first 15, 16, 17, 18. We're just going to look and see how my cards did selling on the PWCC auction compared to eBay, Golden, prior PWCC auctions, and I'll share that with you. There's no hidden anything. I'm pulling up literally my sell screen on PWCC here. I'll put it right here. And by the way, if you like the video, if you like the results, if you want to test the waters yourself, you're certainly welcome to use my promo code Cajun when you try to sell cards on PWCC. It's C-A-J-U-N, all capital letters. If you use that promo code when you submit your cards to PWCC, you can even go into your vault if you've already got cards in your vault, and you can attach a promo code to the cards in your vault. And if you do that and attach the promo code C-A-J-U-N, a little sliver of your sale will come back to yours truly to support the channel and everything that I'm trying to do for you guys and for the hobby with this most consistent content regarding the basketball card market on YouTube. Anyway, here we go. So we got 35 cards. I've got them sorted. Is it highest to lowest? Yeah, it is highest to lowest. And so again, I'll kind of zoom over here so you can see the first one is this was a cross-country no, was this I don't know if this is a cross-country collection. I can't remember what I graded with the cross-country collection. But I had an extra PSA 8 Jordan 86 Fleer, relatively new label. It's a really good looking 8. I'll be the first one to admit that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the card. You can see this is what the final bid was. In this first column. So you'll see $6,500 was the final bid. As you guys know, the way auction houses work, some auction houses, the buyer's premium on PWCC is 20%. So the final sales price was $6,500 times 1.20. And if we go here on Card Ladder, you'll see here is my sale right here. And so in Card Ladder, 3 different PSA 8s sold Sunday night, March 17th, including mine right here, PWCC Weekly. The eBay copy sold for $6,200. Another eBay copy sold for $6,200. And then mine absolutely crushed it. And it sold for $7,800. Those were the 3 that sold on the same night. So I'm happy with that result. Here are the PSA 8 Jordan 86 Fleers that have sold over the last 2 weeks. And you'll see that this one right here says $6,733. That's obviously the average of the 3 that I just showed you, 62, 62, and then my 78. So my $7,800 sale is far and away the highest over the last month, the highest over the last 3 months. That's 94 sales. So I had the highest selling PSA 8 over at least the last 94 sales. It's probably the second highest of the last 191 sales of a PSA 8 Jordan. And then we go back to the screen and I'll show you, I netted 7,020. So that's my percentage. What I take home, that's actually my take-home dollar from the 7,800. PWCC doesn't sell for free. Obviously, you guys know how consignment works. If you sold it yourself on eBay and did all the work, you know, you're giving them 13.5%, plus you're packaging it, plus you're buying the materials, plus you're shipping it, plus you're paying the shipping and all that stuff. So, you know, out of a $7,800 sale, I netted 7,020. That's like more than most of these are selling for. Like the average sale price is $64.95. I didn't just sell it for $64.95. I netted $500 more. Netted $500 more. So absolutely thrilled with sale number one. It got 18 bids. You know, you can see all the data for anything you ever sell. It's there. And then up here, of course, you can see I sold 35. I netted my take home right here is $24,879. So you get one of these every single auction. And so if you've got cards going, this could be raw cards. It could be Pokemon cards. It could be comic books. It could be an autographed basketball, whatever you want to sell. It could be, you know, whatever PWCC will sell on their weekly auctions, it can show up in here. And so that was card number one. And so we're going to get going a little bit quicker now that you guys know the format. And again, I do want to reiterate, when I decided to sell these 35 cards, to move them from my vault into weekly auction number 113, I am not exaggerating to you. Let me get you on big screen. I'm not exaggerating to you. It took me about 3 minutes. All I had to do was decide which ones I was moving over, click, 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 and then go to sell. And then I go to the drop down menu, and I probably should have done it because I just put some more in weekly auction 115 and 116. And then you put apply all, boom, they're all headed to weekly auction 113. I go down to the bottom, review and confirm changes, click, done. That's it. So you're talking about moving 35 cards over. Guess what? I'm not going to package one of these cards. I'm not going to have to list one of these cards. I'm not going to have to take pictures of any of these 35 cards, front and back, left, right, top, back, corner, and all that. I'm not going to have to ship any of these cards. I'm not personally going to have to deal with collecting the money. That's on PWCC's end. If a card doesn't get paid, it will just get recycled and go into the next PWCC auction. PWCC is not perfect. I can't tell you that they have any control. Well, they have some control over non-paying bidders. I will get an email if out of these 35 cards, one or two of these don't get paid, I'll get an email saying your listing number blah, blah, blah. It'll tell me didn't get paid. Therefore, it's going back into auction number blah, blah, blah. If you don't want it to go back into auction number blah, blah, blah for whatever reason, maybe the timing's not right, maybe you just have regrets, maybe you didn't like what it sold for even though it didn't get paid, you just pull it and you keep it, right? You just reach out and make sure they don't put it in the next auction. So that's kind of the format that we're going to do today. Let's whip through some stuff quick. All right, the next card, everybody should recognize this. Big time Jordan card. 1996 Skybox cut above PSA 8. Let's look at the chart. There's the chart right there. This one did not do so well. $3,960 was the total sale price. Again, that's way down from the $5,124 here, but if you kind of look at it over the last year, it's only sold 5 times, and that was, you know, maybe the 4th out of the 5 highest selling. So not a great result on that cut above PSA 8 for one reason or another. I'm not really sure why, but my take home was $3,498 from that sale. So $39.60, I take home $34.98. All right, next, Golden Touch PSA 8. So 1 for 2, right? We're 1 for 2. Oh, guess what? God, I'm terrible at this. Sorry. Going back, cut above. There you go. Graph. There you go. Here's mine, $39.60. Here's what the graph looks like. So up, up, way up, and then mine comes down right here. So not a great sale right there. So like I said, 1 for 2, going back to my chart, my take home's $34.98. All right, next, we've got our Golden Touch 1997 Golden Touch PSA 8. We've got it pulled up right here. Here's the chart. I could not be happier. Here's the chart over the last year. It's a Pop 38 card, so it doesn't sell that much. Sold 5 times. Look at these sales, $22.80, $19.80, $28.75, $25.50, and then mine, which is the highest over the last year, $3,000. Out of that $3,000, I net $2,650. I am loving it. Okay, so we're now 2 for 3 with 2 humongous sales, like literally the highest sale over the last year for 2 of the cards that I've listed out of the 3 that I've sold so far. Next, Thrill Seekers. The 1996 Lenticular Thrill Seekers PSA 8. What does this card sell for? Here we go. We've got it pulled up. Doesn't even look like the same card. Look how vibrant red that is. And then look how this one looks. So there's a lot of conjecture about what's right and what's wrong. Anyway, guess what? Highest sale over the last year. 4 times it sold. What a coincidence. It's also a Pop 38, just like the Golden Touch. Sold for $2,340. That is the highest sale price over the last year. So PWCC does it again. And I get 2,067 net on that one. Next, the 86 Fleer sticker PSA 8, old label, right? Not a great sticker, although it does look pretty good. It's off center left to right, and it is an old PSA label. That's going to bring my numbers down, right? So we've got it pulled up here. Nope, we've got it pulled up here. And then this is going to get 1590. Guess what? That is the highest sale over, that is my sticker right there, $1,590. That is the highest sale of the last 100 sales, almost 99 sales over the last 6 months. And again, remember, this is old label. This is kind of off center top to bottom. It's kind of off center left to right, and it's the highest selling price of the last 99. So I am a clear cut, unequivocal 4 out of 5, crushing it thus far. What about the 1993 Finest Refractor PSA 8? This one does have great color. I'll be the first one to admit that. Let's go find it. There it is. Here's my sale. That is the what? 3rd highest out of the last 31 sales over the last 6 months right there at 1,020. Let's find it. Here it is, 1,020. And guess what? Today, I'm filming this video on the 19th. My card sold on Sunday the 17th. On eBay, the next day, a card sold, same exact card, same exact grade, sold for $835. It's about $185 less than my sale on PWCC. So another green check mark for PWCC. That's 5 out of 6 that I've crushed it on. You guys are gonna have to keep score at home because I'm gonna run bad on these numbers. What about the other Planet Metal? The 98 die cut Planet Metal PSA 8. Mine is sold for, where is it? There it is. This one's not in the card ladder database. It doesn't have the PSA 8 grade. Here is my sale right here, 1,020. The last one was 1,023. The last one was 1,140. Before that, 800, 750, 488, 735, 835, 863, 950, 850, 930. So 3 times out of the last, what, 15? It's sold for $1,000. Mine was one of them. That's the 3rd highest sale out of maybe the last 10, 12, 13, 14 over the last year. So great result there. I consider that a huge win. My take home is $884. 1985 Nike promo PSA 8. Commodity Card City we're talking about. Pop, 1,528. Here we go. Let's look at it. Let's just make sure not more than one. Yep, so mine sold for $930. There's my sale, $930 at the end of your graph. I love it. That is the 3rd highest sale out of the last 15 sales over the last 3 months. Crushed it again. Next, we got the Scoring Kings PSA 8, another commodity card, despite the fact that I love it. It's delicious. It's succulent. 884 population. Guess what? Mine is right there on the end of the graph again. That is 930. The highest sale out of the last 81 sales over the last year. Crushed it again. Next, we've got the Fusion Members Only PSA 8. If you guys aren't familiar with this card, I stack these, okay? This is one of the few times, let me drink this C4. By the way, I should be sponsored by C4. Let me drink this because I don't think I'm talking fast enough and I don't think I have enough energy. All right, that's better. Now I've got a little bit of energy. And I need energy to talk about this Stadium Club Fusion Members Only. This is a very rare card. I kind of want to pull it up and just show you guys, just talk about the card. It's obviously not in the card ladder database. There's my sale, 810. The last one before that sold for 990. Before that, 520. And that's all you got to work with. And you're like, what the hell? That's not very many sales. Well, let me show you why. I'm in handy dandy card ladder pop report. Boom, let's click it and let's see what's up. Oh, gee, it's because there's only been 32 ever graded. Any grade by PSA, period, end of story. And the PSA 8 is what? It's the highest copy. fellas, it's the highest copy. There's 7 of them in the world. I think I had 3 or 4 of them. I can't remember how many I have left, but I was going to start moving them one at a time in these auctions. So I'm happy with 810. Again, the 990 did crazy numbers, but look, that was also on PWCC Weekly. And I'll be honest with you, I think that's mine too. I think that's mine that I sold in February. I can't say for sure. Somebody comment if I'm lying here, but I think I had like 3 or 4 of these, and I have a bunch. I had like 3 8s and maybe 2 7s. All of the members only fusion. I just felt like those cards were rare, and so I scooped them up years ago, like a couple of years ago at least. And I think that's my 8, and then I think that's my 8. So I think I have both of those 2 highest sales in history, but I don't quote me on that other 990 sale, but I think that one was mine too. Upper Deck Records Collection, that's a card we all know and love. You can see the white on this one. So this is really top right, top bottom right corner, not great. Top right corner especially is noticeable on this, even on this image on a little screen right here. 437 was my net, but what did it sell for? Not good, and it's probably because of that top right corner. So 504 was the total. I say not good. It's the 4th highest sale of the last 15 sales over the last full calendar year. So did it come back? This was the highest over the last year by a mile, 630. Came back to 504. You know, the one before that's 470, and then you got a bunch of them under 500 here. You got like 7 or 8 consecutive under 500. So I'm fine with 504 there. You can't break a record on every sale. Meltdown PSA 8, that's the next card we're gonna look up. Let's see what it did. There's your Meltdown. There's my sale. That's hitting a double, right? That's kissing your sister. That's par for the course. I don't know how many more colloquialisms I can use, but excuse me, C4 coming back up, reversal of fortune. That's about where it belongs. 468, 475, 475, 460. That's about where it belongs. Again, not a crazy low pop card unless you are talking about a PSA 10. And again, I just want to reiterate, I'm not getting out of Jordan cards, okay? I own the PSA 10 copy. I paid out of my ass for that just before the National in Atlantic City. I remember having a bunch of like a war chest of funds to walk into Atlantic City to go ape shit on Jordan cards. And then the PWCC Weekly, like the week before I flew out to Atlantic City for the National, my first ever National, where I was excited to go spend a bunch of cash and throw it around and do some serious Jordan damage. The week before that National, PWCC had the Meltdown, the Premium Player PSA 10, and there was one more super rare low pop PSA 10 insert. I can't remember what it was. And I bought all, I was like, I won't see this at the National. I'm buying all 3 of these. And so I literally dipped into all of that Atlantic City cash and bought the Premium Player PSA 10. I bought this Meltdown PSA 10. I think I bought it for like 10 grand. And as you can see now, it looks like 2179, 21,000 is what that card's at. So that's up 100% since Atlantic City. So good sale there, about what I expected sale right there. And then I think I sold 2 of these 87 Fleers. Yeah, so I sold an 87 Fleer 8 and I sold another 87 Fleer 8. Different cards, different cert numbers. Let's see what they sold for. A bunch of these are selling all over the place. So where are mine? Okay, so there's one of mine. There's the other of mine. eBay had one sell $413. My 2 sold for $396 and $360. So these are not good sales. And so I've always told you guys, I'll call it like I see it. I didn't do great on the 87 Fleer. Maybe it's just because it's a commodity card, but let's back out of this so you guys can see the graph. How bad was it? Well, here's mine. That was not good. So I'll be the first one to tell you that was not good. That's lower than the 1, 2, 3, 4 last 4 sales. And again, it's a little bit tricky because that's a card that's down 20% over the last month. What if we back it out to 3 months? What are we looking at with this card? So over the last 3 months, what did I sell for? On average, $390, and the average over the last, 47 sales over the last 3 months is $407. So I'm $17 below average. Again, let's move it, man. Let's put the money in my account. Now I've got 343 times 2. I've got 686 or 676, something like that. Let's go buy some Jordans that I don't have. Let's go buy some PSA 10s, some BGS 9.5s that I don't have. Or let's go buy some Jude Bellingham. What? Okay, stay tuned. You're going to see some more about that. 97 Bowman's Best Refractor PSA 8. I have the 10. Actually, I think this one I have the BGS 9.5 quad that I picked up at the National in Chicago. But this is the PSA 8 copy. Time to let the lower graded babies go, man. Same sale price as the 87 Fleer PSA 8. Where is it? Here we go. Nope. Here we go. Yes. $396. That is sorted by price. That is the highest sale in history for this particular 1997 Bowman's Best Refractor PSA 8. That I just hit the highest sale that's ever been made ever in history. I'm on Card Ladder. I've got PSA 8. It's not an atomic, so I've backed out all the atomics. $396 is the most anybody has ever sold this Bowman's Best number 60 Refractor PSA 8 for. $396, $360, $250, $242, $222. That is crushing, okay? That is crushing. And I know I sound excited. I'm not excited. I'm not here beating my chest. I'm here because I'm an affiliate partner with PWCC, and I do take pride because I do think it's a good platform, and I do think it's a good product. I do think it's a good auction house. The customer service for me has been nothing short of absolutely impeccable and exceptional, and it's an indispensable tool for how I collect. When it's time for me to recycle cards, and I say recycle, I don't mean to sound impersonal or sterile, but when it's time for me to replenish my war chest to push harder at the cards that I really, really want, this is a place where I can go to move those cards at scale for great price. You're all watching. I'm showing you every card, the good and the bad, and it's been overwhelmingly good. This is my tool for recycling, refilling that war chest of funds to go back out and crush it again and buy those Jordan cards that you just don't see every day. That's how I collect. And you know what? There's millions of people out there who are collecting and want the exact cards that I'm showing you here in PSA 8. I was one of those people, and that is fantastic. And that is why PWCC is a great vehicle to move in and out of cards, especially if you use that vault to your benefit. So Refractor, all-time record. Highest price ever paid for that Refractor. Beam Team, I can't remember the Beam Team, but I don't think this one did well. No, this one did not do well. So 384 right there. Was that mine? Yeah, 384 was my sale, March 17th, PWCC Weekly. Again, down, 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 down. So it looked like that was kind of a trend, a little mini trend going on over a couple weeks. This is the last year. What did mine sell for? 384. The average over the last year is 400, and it's trending downward 12%. Well, that's about what I expected to sell the damn card for. I didn't expect it to jump back up to the highest price. The other ones were surprised. 400 is the average sale of the last 32, and I sold for $16 less. I'll take it. Legacies, you guys know and love this card. I think I have a 9.5 of this card, so time to let the 8 go, the little baby brother go. The 98 Topps Legacies, PSA 8. What did this one sell for? Here we go. 384, so down from the last sale, 31 bucks, but higher, almost exactly on the number, higher, way down, higher, and we're all the way back to early 2023. So, I'm fine. I'm fine with that sale. 333 is what I net. I netted more on that than some of those other cards actually sold for. So that's great news there. Continuing down the list, we already looked at this 87 Fleer, the Beam Team members only, and the Beam Team. I think I got these two pulled up. Here is the Beam Team regular. There is my sale. That is $6 off the highest of the last 45 sales. Is that a win? I'm second out of 45 sales over the last 3 months. Yes, that is a win. What about the Beam Team members only that I sold? This is me, 320. The average, 320. So right on average for the members only. I was really surprised there's so many members only, 432. Yeah, there's a lot more members only than I thought. It's not that rare. Stadium Club High Risers. You guys know I love this card. It's got the foil. It just really pops. I think these are undervalued. Look. Here's the deal. All of these cards, I could sit on these cards for another 10 years and make a lot more money. But the thing is, and maybe I'm just talking myself into this. This is just wishful thinking. But, I am obviously oozing positivity. That's just the way that I try to approach the hobby. It's supposed to be an escape, and it's supposed to be fun as hell. And I'm having a blast talking to you guys today on this video. But I could have sat on this high risers for another 5 years and definitely sold it for more. There is no chance on Earth, unless something uproariously horrific happens on planet Earth, that this high risers PSA 8 Michael Jordan would be worth less than what it sold for last Sunday night on the PWCC Weekly Auction in 5 years. It's going to go up. But guess where I'm putting all the money? Guess where I'm putting the, whatever we saw, what did we say? Guess where I'm putting the $24,879? I'm putting it right back into other Jordan cards that I think are going to outperform this high risers PSA 8. That's just my personal opinion. That's just my guess, right? So here's my high riser sale. That's pretty good. This one, I'm going to throw that out. That is not realistic. That can't possibly be right. So I am going to consider that. Okay, we'll just say it's the second highest of the last 65 sales. How's that sound? Ever. Like ever. I don't know if this $379 was paid. It was first quarter of 2021, so it probably was. My apologies and my condolences to whoever bought it. But my sale right here, this is the second time in the history of high riser PSA 8 sales, 65 sales ever in history, that a card has sold for $300. And mine did it on PWCC, and my take home is $260. So my take home on the high risers PSA 8 is $100 more than the average sale price all time. That's probably not a good, let's go last year. My take home is almost $85 more than the average gross sales price over the last year, including my killer sale last night. So that's a humongous, massive, gigantic home run right there. And then we're gonna stop after this one. And look, I've got warp speed. We're gonna look at the cards, but I stopped looking at card ladder. I was like, this shit is gonna take forever. I just wanted to show you guys, I didn't skip any cards. I'm just going top to bottom, sorted by price sold, and comparing it to other sales on other platforms and other PWCC sales. And I don't know, maybe my timing was just exceptional. Nobody knew these were my cards. I didn't even tell you guys I was selling these cards. I probably could have gone on my channel and hyped the shit out of it, but I didn't. I didn't have time. I'm jammed up. I got all kinds of crap going with my son Jordan and his soccer schedule and work. It's getting real busy. Real estate's picking up, thank God. This 93 Ultra Power in the Key is the last card we will look up. There is my sale. Does that look good to you? That looks really good to me. 288, second most ever paid for a Power in the Key PSA 8, 156 sales. 156 sales, and this is the second highest price ever paid for one. That is awesome. That is incredible. That is much, much greater than I expected. And here, I'm just going to show you some more of the cards that I sold. I sold one of my Warp Speed PSA 8s, old label. I sold one of my Beam Team members only PSA 8 from 93. I sold a Scoring Magnets PSA 8. I sold a Class Axe Refractor PSA 8. I sold a Total D PSA 8. You guys get the trend here, right? You see this theme. I sold the Smooth Grooves. I've got gem copies of all of these cards, and so I could move these other cards. It's adding up, and I'm taking home really nice profits on some of these cards. The MJ3, 3, the Power Boosters PSA 8. I mean, these are cool cards, man. Predictor here. And then the last card is this Z-Cling PSA 9. So even little babies, right? I don't know what a Z-Cling PSA 9 is supposed to sell for, but $32 net for me, whatever, I'll take it, you know? Now, here's the deal. If you want to know what your take-home percentage is going to be selling cards on PWCC, it's not a secret. It's not like they just randomly guess. It's tiered, right? It's, for lack of a better word, it's a hierarchy, right? The more your card sells for, the higher your net percentage is going to be. So let's just keep it real simple. If a card sells for $100, that's the final bid, then the total purchase price is $120. Okay, because there's a 20% buyer's premium paid by the buyer. So now there's $120 to work with. I get all $100, and then I get a percentage of the $20 buyer premium. If the more the card sells for, the larger the percentage of the 20% I get, you get, whoever sells it gets, right? PWCC's percentage goes down, and your percentage goes up as the value of the card goes up and up and up, and it's scaled. If you want to know more about it, you can go onto the PWCC marketplace, and I am not 100% where it is, but I think it's in more, it's on the website. God, I'm sorry about this. I should probably have had that ready, but as you guys know, I'm not exactly well prepared on any of these videos. Anyway, you can go on PWCC. You can find their sharing percentage, their commission split, as I guess what they call it at auction houses, and figure out how much you'll net if your card sells for X, right? There's no guessing or anything like that. Now, here's the beauty of it. PWCC has changed their policy now to where when they get paid, you get paid. And so a lot of this, $24,879, the problem used to be you used to have to wait a long time. They had a real big buy window where they gave the buyers on PWCC auctions way too much time. And I reached out to my guys. I was like, and I'm not going to use his first name, but hey, my dude, let's call him Michael, for lack of a better name. Hey, Michael, this is my PWCC rep. Y'all are giving PWCC buyers way too much time. And I'm getting complaints on my channel as an affiliate partner with PWCC. There people are saying, hey, man, I sell on PWCC and my money doesn't show up for like 7 days, 10 days sometimes. And it's because they were given the buyers too big of a window to pay. Well, they've shortened that window, number one. So the buyer has less time to pay, number one. Number two, if the buyer pays PWCC for their card the next morning, you get paid right away. So you're getting money as it comes in instead of having to wait to get all of it X number of days in the future. So a lot of really good things, a lot of thoughtful stuff. Feedback from you guys and feedback, you guys are giving me feedback and I'm giving them feedback and I'm telling them, hey man, these are what my guys are saying. These are what the intelligent collectors who watch my channel religiously and consistently are telling me they do and don't like about PWCC. And I've always told those folks at PWCC, I said, look, I am not a mouthpiece. If y'all do something good, I'll tell the world you're doing something good. If I have a good experience with PWCC, I will tell the world I have a good experience with PWCC. If you guys do something stupid, like you mislabel a card, I'm calling you out. If you guys, put a soccer card accidentally into the basketball card filter, I'll call you out. And that can happen when you're doing tens of thousands of cards, right? But I'll point it out. It ain't like I'm going to just kind of gloss over all of the bad and just hype all of the good. There's enough content creators out there that are doing all that. Now, I will hyper focus on the positive because I'm a positive person by nature. And sometimes, you have to take a step back and take a big picture. Ain't no perfect auction house, okay? I don't mess with Heritage or Robert Edwards or Mile High or any of these other ones, and I do buy on Golden. Each auction house has their pros and cons. The pros vastly outnumber the cons in my personal experience with PWCC. That's just me. You guys are free to buy and sell cards anywhere in the world. I do think it's worth a look. If your time is super precious and valuable, if you look over to your right while you're watching this video on your phone or on your laptop or on your desktop and you're like, God, I have 2,000 raw cards over here worth anywhere from $7 to $35. It's wasted money. It might as well be a pile of cash sitting on the ground. Put the freaking cards in a box in penny sleeves. You don't even need to put them in top loaders. Put them in penny sleeves. Put them in a white box. Package them safely. Go to PWCCmarketplace.com. Hit the submission request button. I cannot express to you how easy it is to send 1,000 raw cards to PWCC and say, make them disappear. Let me know how much I get. If it's those types of cards where you're like, I don't give a shit what they sell for. Just sell them and give me my money. It's not valuable enough for you to spend all that time listing that stuff on eBay. Just put them in a box and send them. Just use the promo code Cajun, CAJUN. I can't promise you're going to get the same results as Michael Jordan slabbed cards. Obviously, you're not going to break records on raw cards on PWCC Weekly. And I will also say this, PWCC Weekly, like I said, I'm always transparent, is not the place, and I got crushed to sell niche. God, I hate using that word. God, it sounds so effeminate. Niche. It's not the place to sell oddball niche cards. I tried to sell a bunch of Game of Thrones, 2012 Rittenhouse Game of Thrones, don't ask, autograph cards. I got murdered. I was selling cards on PWCC. They would go for $16. It would go for $80 on eBay. So I learned my lesson. That's not PWCC's fault. that's a Cajun Cardboard, you're an idiot fault, right? That's just me being too lazy. So there's certain cards that you should not send, to sell in a PWCC Weekly. I am being quite honest with you. I have cards like I would not sell, a Kevin Porter Jr., logo man card on PWCC Weekly Auction right now, because the odds of somebody clicking that search bar and saying Kevin Porter Jr. is pretty low right now, right? Wouldn't you agree? So that's a card you would be best off posting on Instagram or, listing on eBay, buy it now, best offer. Maybe you dangle the carrot and you get somebody out there who's still buying that type of card. But PWCC wouldn't be the place for that type of card. But if you got, you go down the list, dude. Jordan, Doncic, Zion, Halliburton, SGA, Anthony Edwards, and I'm sticking in basketball. Obviously, Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, Bellingham. You're talking about the GOATs and the guys that just don't go unnoticed. Haaland in soccer. I can't even talk about baseball. Ohtani, I guess, would be a guy that I can think of. Mookie Betts, guys like that. Those cards are not going to go unnoticed on PWCC, and it's a great platform to sell the cards. The interface is amazing. All right, I've hyped this enough. I sound like an asshole talking only positively about it. If you got any questions about it, reach out to me. Again, if you want to buy cards on the PWCC Weekly, hopefully some of you guys that are watching this video, and I would love this, comment below if you bought one of my 35 cards that I just scrolled through. I would love to know if some of my people that watch my channel, my friends in the hobby, bought some of those cards. That would be awesome. One way you can support the channel, in addition to selling cards with the promo code Cajun on PWCC, C-A-J-U-N all caps, is you can use the affiliate link to buy cards on PWCC. I have a special Cajun Cardboard affiliate link, which is in every single YouTube video. Scroll down to the bottom, you'll see 4 ways you can support the channel. My affiliate link will be in there. All you do is copy, paste that into your browser, and buy till your heart's content. Every purchase, a little sliver of the PWCC money, doesn't affect your price. A little sliver of the PWCC share comes back to support me and my channel. And so I can keep doing this for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it didn't sound like too much of a pump fest. It probably did. I'm probably gonna get some jerk comments. That's fine. But I love sharing good news. Not only is this good news for me, because I can go pump this money right back into Jordan. In fact, I already have started that process. But I think it's good news for the hobby. Like, it ain't just my 35 cards that did well. I can assure you, this is a great sign. We saw Jordan PSA 10s going bananas, right? We're talking about, cards that used to sell for $1,500 selling for $4,000. We're talking about cards that used to sell for $4,000 selling for $8,000. That's happening in the Jordan insert and parallel PSA 10 world. I did not know that type of stuff was happening in the PSA 8s, but today's video is evidence that it is. I mean, that's a pretty decent sample size of 35. They didn't all break records, but I would say, what did we look at? Maybe 18 to 20 of them. Wouldn't you say 95% of them were up, or what I would call great sales? Maybe 17 out of 20, maybe 16 out of 20. I'll take it all day long, because guess what? It took me 3 minutes to sell them. And then all I had to do was scroll on here. And let me see if I can share this. What is that? Auction? Yeah, okay, so here, let me see if I can screen share here. Look at this, check this out. Okay, so here's what I've got going, and I guess I should have gotten better at this. Here's cards that I have now selling in the weekly auction number, what do we say? 114. This is going right now. So this auction ends this Sunday, 5 days and 12 hours. You can see it on your screen. Slick Silver 10. I don't know why, it's just time. I'm done with him, right? Subs are on the back, so don't shoot the messenger here. That's an old label. Subs are on the back. I'm not the asshole who gets BGS to grade their cards with no subgrades. These are duplicates, and these are good duplicates. The Slick Silver, that's a 10. I've got an extra 10. The Number Crunchers, I have 2 of those in PSA 10. The Meltdown, another Meltdown 8. I told you I had a couple of those. I decided it's time to get out of my Stockton rookie, and I'm like, why did I even have a Stockton rookie? This Bird Green is rare. If you guys are a 2012 Prism collector, this Bird Color Match Green, that's a Pop 1, by the way. Pop 1. So take notice. Hopefully that one does a nice number. Those things are insanely rare, not just in high grade. Rare, period. Green is crazy rare. We've got a Giannis 2014 second year Giannis. I had a bunch of these. I'm sticking with my Giannis Color Prism rookie collection, but I decided to move out of some 2014 Giannis. A Shaq Jambalaya. Don't even ask why I had that. That was part of my Shaq collection back when I had a Shaq collection. And again, It's at $55. That card ain't selling for $55. I don't panic. I don't even honestly look at this very often until the morning after because there's nothing I can do to change anything, and it's not worth stressing about. All of the action, as you guys know, takes place at or near extended bidding on Sunday evenings. These auctions always start on Thursday. It's a 10-day auction, ends on the next Sunday. I don't give a damn what these numbers are right now. None of it matters. Here's a Michael Jordan medal, Platinum Portraits from 1996, PSA 8. That's at $36. That card ain't selling for $36. I know that. It's really 36 times 1.2, so what is it, 45 or something like that. A Shaq Green, PSA 10, by the way, Pop 3. Did I say that 2012 Prism Greens were rare? Yes, they're rare. A Soaring Stars, I had an extra 10. In fact, I have another 10. I decided to part ways with my Drew Holiday BGS 8.5 National Treasures rookie patch auto right there. We got a Giannis Blue. We've got an Atomic Refractor PSA 8 Jordan. That's going to do really well. I'm calling my shot on that. That's going to do well. I had an Admiral 10 rookie. I had a Giannis Stained Glass. Just some of the non-essential Giannis I'm moving out of. And I'm not going to do great. And I'm probably going to lose money from where I bought these because timing is not on my side. This is actually one of those Giannis Redbacks. So that is a little alarming that it's at $7 right now. So that one needs to do better. But there will be people that will pick up the pace and those prices will go up. But that just gives you an idea of some of the cool stuff that I have in weekly auction number 114. I also put a bunch in weekly auction 15. 70 cards, right? A bunch of Jordan PSA 8s in there. Weekly auction number 116. 16 more. Some big cards in there, right? Some of these cards, some of the non-Jordan cards, some of the cross-country collection cards. That's what these are. Some Kobe rookies in here. A Shaq PSA 10. That's a very low pop card right there. Another Kobe rookie. Another Kobe rookie, Pandemonium Press Pass. That's a rare Kobe rookie right there. A Shaq Z-Cling PSA 10. Those don't exist. More Shaq. More Kobe. Grant Hill. That's a numbered gold Centurions right there. Number to 500. That's a pop 1. Of only pop 1 of 2, one graded higher, and then Rick Smith's Hardwood Heroes. That's what everybody's looking for, right? There's the Rick Smiths everybody's been asking about, and then an Unstoppable Scottie Pippen. I don't know how those will do. Those, some of those are probably too obscure. I probably shouldn't have put them in there, but there's 16 of those in there as well. So that just gives you guys an idea of what I'm doing right now. I know I don't talk about this much. I've been getting cards back from the cross-country collection. You guys have seen Digging for Gold episodes, PSA grade reveals. Repackers and breakers here locally in New Orleans and Baton Rouge have been buying me out of those cards in bulk at about 80 to 85%, just depending on the cards and the value and the grades. So again, people are asking, I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but every time somebody's like, hey, do you still have that Grant Hill, finest rookie PSA 10? I'm like, well, number one, the problem is I recorded that video 45 days ago. So no, I don't have it. I got the grades back and I've sold the card. And so I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but the last 12 to 15 messages that I've gotten from people, my answer's been the same. I'm sorry, I don't have a single card in inventory from the cross-country collection because right when they hit, those cards are sold that day, cash in hand from local breakers and repackers. So it's a win-win. Apparently they're figuring out a way to make money from suckers who buy repacks, and I'm fine taking 85% on the dollar for Jordan cards all day long instead of having to either list them all on eBay or send them to a consignor or ship them to PWCC to do the weekly auction. So as much as I love PWCC weekly auctions, somebody's going to walk into my office, hand deliver cash, and I hand them a box of cards and it's at 85%. You could take it. I don't care if it's Michael Jordan and his mom on the card. You could take that all day long because that's going to cash flow phenomenally for me based on my purchase price and the work that I've put in curating this cross-country collection and the grades I'm getting. So that's kind of an update on what's going on with me right now. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the channel. If there's ever anything I can do to make this channel better, except don't ask me to talk slower. I can't do it. I've tried. I know I'm not good at that. And I know my audio and visual needs work, and we talk about that all the time. And yes, I know the glare sucks on all of my top-down videos. It sucks. I know I've got these lights up here with kind of like rivets that basically focuses these fluorescent lights straight down on the slab of the card. I got to figure out a way to cover those so it's not quite as glaring a problem. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all are having a blast in the hobby. It looks like MJ cards are moving. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. And I do have a little bit of a bias because I do collect Michael Jordan cards. But it looks to me like even the 8s are moving a little bit here, as we saw in that video. We'll see how I do in the next couple of weekly auctions, and maybe I'll share those results with y'all as well, good or bad, and we'll kind of go from there. Thank you guys for watching. As always, keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby. Peace.